Most men believe that to make a woman want them, they need to be present, all the time. Always answering texts immediately, always showing interest, always making sure she knows they're available. But the truth is, the more you give, the less she wants. You see, women are not drawn to the man who is always there. They're drawn to the man who has a life outside of her, a man who is unpredictable, who can walk away when he needs to. When you walk away, you're not showing disinterest. You're showing power. You're showing that your time, your energy, and your presence are not to be taken for granted. And that's when she starts to chase. When you're always available, you give off a sense of desperation, even if you don't mean to. The truth is, women are wired to chase what they can't have. If you're constantly handing yourself to her, there's nothing left for her to chase. But when you give her space, when you step back and show that you have a life of your own, that's when her attraction for you grows. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about knowing your value and making her earn your attention. When you do this, she begins to wonder, why is he pulling away? Does he like me? This uncertainty is what triggers her desire, and that desire drives her to seek you out. The key to masculine detachment is understanding that your value is not tied to her approval. When you can be emotionally independent, you become the man who isn't desperate for validation. It's about being the kind of man who can walk away and still feel powerful. When you give her that space, you send a message. I'm fine on my own. My world doesn't revolve around you. This isn't about playing games or trying to manipulate her. It's about showing her that your world is complete without her, and if she wants to be part of it, she has to earn her place. That's when she starts chasing. She wants to be part of your world, but she knows she has to prove herself first. If you're ready to stop chasing and start commanding attention, subscribe and hit the bell. Don't miss what's coming next. The more you give, the more she expects. The less you give, the more she wants. Think about it. The more accessible you are, the more she takes you for granted. You become part of the background noise of her life. But when you create distance, when you pull away just enough to make her feel like she might lose you, that's when she starts to pay attention. It's not about ignoring her or being cold-hearted. It's about giving her room to feel something for you, room to miss you, room to chase. When you walk away, you're not abandoning her. You're making her feel that you are valuable, that your time and attention are precious. This is what makes you irresistible. The most powerful thing you can do is to stop acting like she's the center of your world. Women are drawn to men who have their own mission, their own life. When you prioritize her over everything, she feels like the most important thing in your life. And that doesn't create attraction, it creates dependency. But when you walk away, you show her that she's not your everything. She becomes part of your world, not the whole of it. You create value by showing her that you are a man of purpose, and she has to earn her place within that purpose. The moment you take a step back, she feels the shift. She starts asking herself, what did I do wrong? Why isn't he chasing me? And that uncertainty drives her to act. She wants to get you, to prove that she's worth your attention, your time, your emotional energy. The best part about emotional detachment is that it doesn't require you to be harsh or cold. It's all about inner strength and self-control. You show her that your value comes from within, not from how much attention you give her. By walking away, you're teaching her something important. She's not the center of your universe, but she can become an important part of it, if she earns that right. Every time you create distance, every time you pull back just enough to let her feel the void, you push her to step up. You show her that you're not going to bend to her whims, that you are steady, grounded, and unpredictable. The man who knows when to walk away becomes the man who keeps her coming back. And that's where the power lies. The reason women want you more when you walk away is simple: scarcity. When something is too easy to get, it loses its value. But when she has to work for your attention, when she has to prove her worthiness to be in your presence, she begins to realize just how valuable you are. This isn't about being cruel or playing hard to get. It's about understanding your own worth and making sure she knows that she has to earn you. When you don't chase, when you don't need her approval, she starts to crave your attention. She starts to chase you because you've become a challenge she wants to win. The most powerful men in history didn't beg for validation. They didn't chase. They were steady. And because of that, women chased them. When you walk away, you're not abandoning her. You're not turning your back on her. You're simply showing that you have boundaries. And your boundaries are important. The emotional detachment creates the space for her to want you, not because she needs you, but because she wants to prove that she can have you. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify your actions. You don't need to beg for her attention. By simply being the man who knows when to walk away, you position yourself as the one who is in control of the dynamic. Women want a man who commands their attention, not one who is always desperate for it. By pulling away, you give her the emotional space to miss you, to wonder about you, and most importantly, to chase you. You've now realized the most crucial truth about attraction. The less you give, the more she wants. When you walk away, you're not showing weakness. You're showing strength. You're teaching her that your time, attention, and energy are valuable. The emotional distance you create makes her see you in a new light. She starts to see you as someone who doesn't need her, and that is exactly what draws her in. Every time you walk away, you reinforce your value. You reinforce that you are a man who is grounded in his own purpose. You don't beg for validation. You don't need to impress her. She needs to earn a place in your world, and that makes her want you more than ever. Now you understand why walking away works. It's not about being cold or heartless. It's about being the man who knows his worth and doesn't need anyone to validate it. When you create space, when you walk away just enough to make her feel your absence, you flip the power dynamic. She no longer feels like she's the one with the control. You are. You're not trying to get her attention. You're not begging for her to choose you. You're simply standing firm in your own power, knowing that the right woman will come to you. By walking away, you let her chase, let her invest, let her earn your attention. And that's when the attraction becomes real, deep, and lasting. If you found value in this, subscribe and hit the bell. You won't want to miss what's next. This is Marble Masculinity. Stay powerful, stay in control, stay unforgettable.